Let's dive into some sports,
Yeah,
man.
let's go.
I'm eager to talk about.
What's the first topic
sports.
we're rolling with?
NBA Finals.
Let's go.
NBA Finals. Wow. I mean, game one. Wow. Giannis played. I mean, look what happened. Didn't matter.
He looked
Didn't
healthy.
matter.
He did look good.
He looked great.
I want to know whatever they shot into his knee.
I don't know, but I told you I didn't think it was that serious. Like when I saw him on the sidelines when he got hurt in the Hawk series, he looked okay. He wasn't like
Well, when he was limping off.
Yeah.
When it first happened, it looked like he tore his ACL.
right.
It looked horrible. It looked like, yeah.
And I think it
ACL,
also looked
LCL.
worse too because he's so big. When he just bent over, it was like a leg.
Yeah.
I mean,
didn't bend.
It was his leg, but I'm just saying,
It didn't bend in a way it's supposed to
Yeah,
bend.
it bent the opposite way.
That looked like the Leonard Weaver injury for the Eagles, like some years ago. And guys,
did.
like, don't look this up on YouTube if
It
you're
did.
squeamish, okay?
That's exactly what it was.
That shit was nasty. That's what it looked like.
It really was that. His body went forward and his leg went the wrong way.
Hey, they call him the Greek Freak for a reason. I mean, the fact that he's back and playing already it's insane. So
Brandon Marshall on First Things First was calling him the Greek, the freak.
But my thing is like he looks healthy, but I'm gonna be honest right now. I don't think the Bucks have a shot.
I've been screaming.
I don't. I mean, like when I watched Game 1, it looked like the Suns were really.
They look dominant.
They looked like they were running the floor.
well, let's
And I don't
talk
think
about
they
it.
can-
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
And still,
I didn't think that the Bucks could keep up with them running the floor. So like, that's what the Suns. That's their offense.
so to me, watching last night, the Suns really did look dominant. Like the Bucks look outmatched. I got the Suns winning in. I'm gonna say 6. I'll give Milwaukee 2. That might
generous.
be. Yeah, I was gonna say I probably lean more towards 5, and I'm trying not to be a prisoner of the moment. The Suns just look like that team of destiny. Like it just looks like everything's going right for them. Like there's injuries, there's this, that, and the third, and the Suns are just better. They're better coached. They have the better players. Chris Paul's on a whole new level.
Yo, he wants it.
Yeah,
Chris Paul
and-
wants this, man.
The craziest thing with Chris Paul, dude, he opened as a favorite for the
MVP.
MVP at plus 170. And I texted you guys, I was like, that's an awesome bet. And I didn't bet it, but I looked today, he's minus 140.
Minus 140. Oh, so he's
Total
the overwhelming.
flip. Overwhelming. And I've been saying that.
Is
it was
he your
perfect.
pick too for Finals MVP?
Oh, yeah, because NBA is a lot of storyline MVPs. And this is the perfect story for him after 16 years, all that. Everything lines up for him to win. And I don't think they're losing. I really don't.
Okay, so you got Suns in 6 and Chris Paul MVP.
Yep.
Hey, put it on the board.
Who do you got?
Phil, write that down. I'm the same, honestly.
Really?
Same exact pick. Suns in 6.
Suns and
Chris Paul,
6 to me
MVP.
is like a little bit of a stretch because the Bucks really looked outmatched and outcoached last night.
Can't argue that, honestly. I really can't. I mean, shout out Dario Saric though. I'm sad to see that ACL injury, but he's gonna still get a ring.
He's gonna get a ring
You know?
over every
The process
single...
worked, right? The process worked.
It worked for him. His process worked.
Michael Bridges too, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Process 6 right there, right?
Oh my God.
Traded for Zahir.
He was here for like an hour before we traded him. So, don't even talk about Zaire Smith, please. Don't do that.
My friend texted me at 12:30 last night about reminding me of this story of him almost dying joking on a sesame seed.
Oh my God.
You can't make that shit up when it comes to the Sixers.
Yeah.
It's always something.
Yeah. So overall, like you guys have the Suns in 6 and Chris Paul MVP.
I'm not even thinking twice, honestly.
Yeah, no,
All
there's
right.
not even a portion of me that thinks anything else.
You know what's funny? I struggled with this series because I had the Bucks in the finals and I had the Clippers in the finals.
That was a good call though with the Bucks.
It is. But I'm conflicted. Do I pick the Bucks because they have them in the finals and I didn't pick the Western Conference winner? But now I'm looking at it like I got to be realistic. The Suns are just a better team.
You're
in
entitled to do whatever you want, Nick.
Every aspect.
All right.
This could be another bet if you want.
I'll be honest with you, DeAndre Ayton looks awesome.
Yeah, he
Like,
does.
he
Yeah.
is
I
a
know.
monster.
He's so good.
He's
dude.
setting the tone. And their offense is so perfect. They run the floor. He runs with them. They could shoot threes or they can give it to him in the paint. They're unstoppable.
Yo, guess what his line was game 1? Do you remember?
It's pretty impressive. He had like 17 rebounds and like
I think it was
the fourth
16.
quarter.
17 just on the defensive side. He
Yeah.
had 22-19.
22, yeah. Like,
8
it
of
was
10
ridiculous.
shooting, 80% on the floor. 6 of 6 from free throw line.
Well, that's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying.
come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a
second
center right there,
second chance
traditional.
points.
And Brooke Lopez can't guard him.
Yeah.
No,
That's why they're
he
putting
can't guard
Giannis on.
anybody.
Yeah, that's
But
why they're
he's
putting
such a factor
Giannis on.
because he's giving them second chance points. And with those shooters, it's over.
Yep.
You give the Suns another chance to make a three, they're gonna make it.
Well, look, I'll just put it
Hey,
out there.
Jake Crowder only had 1 point last night and missed every three he took.
0
I think
for
he took
8.
5 or 6.
0 for 8, 0 for 5 from 3.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
So that's like,
Crowder,
I mean, they
he-
still won by 13 with 0 contribution from him.
He had 1 point, and I think he had 8 rebounds.
And he was still plus 19.
Dude, he
That's
had
crazy.
1 point, and his last point came on the free throw on the last second, pretty much last seconds.
Yeah,
of the
so
game.
he had no points.
pretty much. It
1
was a
point,
knockback.
9 boards.
That's and he was a plus 19.
But he was plus 19.
But
That's
he plays.
also-
He plays his role,
That's it.
and that's it. That's all you need to do. You just do your part. You're gonna win. You're gonna win a championship.
Because you have, at this point, you have Devin Booker and you have Chris Paul scoring and you have DeAndre Ayton. If DeAndre Ayton's giving you 20 points a game, the Suns are really, really, really hard to beat.
Yeah, I mean, you got 32 from CP3, you got 27 from Booker, you got 22 from Ayton, and that's 0 contribution
What
from
did Devin
Crowder.
Booker shoot last night?
8 of 21, but 10 of 10 from the free throw line, 1 of 8 from 3. So, I mean,
and they won
mixed-
by
mixed
13.
bag.
And he made 1 3.
And
out
that's
of 8.
another stat. The free throws. The Suns miss 1 free throw, right? The Bucks, they have Giannis. He misses like 6 a game.
They didn't even
Yeah, they
shoot a
were-
lot of free throws last
They were
night.
9 of 16 from the line as a team, 56.3%.
Horrible.
Suns were 96.2%.
That's the game right there.
25 of 26, so they got there a lot more too.
And Jay Crowder missed it. It was I think it was the last free throw
Yep.
of the
He
game
did.
that they missed.
Correct.
Was it really?
Yeah. And you know what's funny? They actually said a stat, not many teams have had a perfect 100% free throw percentage. And
he
of
missed.
course they jinxed it. You know, they
Always.
always do that. It's always like that. I don't
He's
know what
done.
it is. Yeah,
It's
he's
the same
done.
way in football when they said, "Oh my God, this guy hasn't missed a kick inside 35 yards since 2011." Boom, you
Every
know it's
time.
off, dude.
It's off.
Every time.
Every single
It's hitting
time.
the upright.
Always.
But let me
Always,
point. Let me
dude.
point this out, guys. If Drew Holiday plays like he did last night, I mean, they got no shot.
He's
They
escaped
need a lot
criticism.
more. Like that, he only had 10 points.
He's escaped criticism since the first round of the playoffs. He's been playing like shit most of the time.
And they need. I mean, look, credit to Giannis for even getting out there, but they need a little bit more from him. Like just because it's Giannis, you can't get away with 20 and 17 in this kind of game, especially when
That's a
we
good
just
stat line,
That's
though.
a
I mean,
great stat line.
it is. But I'm just saying, like
Impact.
when Drew Holiday is struggling like that, you need a little bit more from a guy like Giannis. And plus, like you want to try and cancel out one of the Suns guys. So CP3 got 32. You're hoping that Giannis is going to go for 30 every game. I mean,
PJ Tucker's going to be on Booker next game. He's going to treat him like KD.
I don't know about that matchup though.
PJ Tucker will be able to. He'll be able to make it tough on Devin Booker because you don't need him on offense.
for how long though? You know,
He did
for
a
a
good
half?
job with Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he did
I
great.
don't know, man.
Well,
As best as you can.
Yeah.
As best as you can.
He
That's a
guarded
different
him as
species.
best as he
but
could,
Devin
but-
Booker's also not a huge guy.
yeah. I'll take Suns in 5, and I'll go Booker MVP. I like D Book's game. I mean, of course, it's going to be Chris Paul probably, but for me, Devin Booker is the engine on that team. He's the reason why they're there. The reason why Chris Paul's there is because he's there.
They kind of go hand in hand.
They go
I mean,
hand
they
in hand.
really benefit each other. So
But Chris Paul was the reason why they're at the point they are now, right? He gets them going. He's a veteran presence. He gets them going, and
He's the leader.
yeah, right. And
and a young team actually listens to this guy. Apparently all the veterans he's played with before, they tune him out.
DeAndre Ayton said that he
ridiculous.
changed his career.
Yeah. Oh, for
DeAndre
sure.
Ayton was praising him.
He lit a fire under these kids.
I just never understood the Chris Paul hate.
Stupidest
Personally.
thing ever.
Always wins.
Debatable, but
No matter where he goes, he's always won with franchises.
what's your definition of winning?
Making them relevant.
Fine.
Okay,
Fine.
I can agree with that.
He was never on a team and
I
it
agree
was
with that.
terrible.
Well, look, you know what? Hold that. Okay.
Yeah, I know
Because
exactly
we're going to
what
be
for.
talking about CP3 a little bit later.
Yep.
And this is going to be interesting. I mean, I don't want to go into it yet. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So hold that thought. But okay, so we have all of our picks. let's move on, I guess, right? Do you want to move on? You got any final thoughts?
I to be honest with you, I just don't think.
What do you think the series is, and who's your MVP?
I said Suns in 5, and I have Booker as MVP.
Okay.
I think Booker's gonna go. He's gonna go crazy.
Well, and for our fans, for our audience, okay, I put out a poll a few days ago just to see what the pulse was. Like, you know, I mean, I figured everyone's probably in on the Suns, and our audience feels the same way. It was like 83% in favor of the Suns. Like only maybe 5-6 people picked the Bucks.
I picked the Bucks.
I said, who's going to win? I did. So in reality, there was only 4 people who picked the Bucks and actually meant it. I mean,
well, here's the thing.
I guess we'll all be eating crow.
I saw game 1 and I was like, oh, this is over.
It's time to switch.
Yeah. Like, let's be realistic here. Like, they had no chance.
It was dominating last
I'm not
night.
going to come up here and be like, oh, the Bucks are going to win.
But I mean, look,
I'm not gonna do that.
The other thing is we've been doing this all playoffs. The Suns went up 2-0 last series, and look what happened after that. So I guess like let's see what happens. Like let's not jump the gun. Let's pump the brakes. You and I especially, like we've been, you know, I mean,
I jumped the gun on game 1. That's my problem. But like,
they look the way they should.
Not to, but
remember, they're at home. Okay, they're at home. They are the better team. They should have performed this way.
I try not to jump the gun, but like last night after watching that, it was hard. Like when the Hawks beat the Sixers in game 1, I mean, I was still wrong, but I didn't jump the gun. Like I still thought the Sixers were going to win. So it's like
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I just can't even.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
There
and I'm not the biggest fan of this guy. I miss LeBron in the finals. I really, really miss LeBron.
I tried to tell him.
It's actually kind of weird. It's really weird.
Well, the last time he wasn't in the finals.
You need someone to root against?
The finals are exciting.
Outside of the year he got hurt, the last time he wasn't in the finals, we were at Highland.
It's weird not seeing LeBron, like, not in the finals. It's weird. I ain't weird. It's weird, though, bro. Like, on some real shit, it's fucking weird. Like, I legitimately miss him because, like, the headlines are always like, oh, if LeBron loses, like, it's going to hurt his legacy. Like, it's, like, storylines like that that are really, like, entertaining for me. But, like, I just personally, it's 2 low-market teams. It's bad for the NBA, but it's also good in sense of parity. So I'm conflicted, man. Honestly, like when
I'm actually enjoying like really rooting for the Suns. I really am. I'm really rooting for Chris Paul.
But the weird thing is, when I'm watching the finals, I don't even feel like I'm watching the finals.
Last night was like it was like a regular Tuesday night game because it's just not used to seeing stuff like that.
Yeah,
because it's always been Cavs, Heat, Warriors, Spurs.
It's just Thunder. It's different feel for me. Man,
I want to see what the ratings look like just as far as how many people watch the game. Like that's going to be really interesting.
Prediction for you guys. Are these going to be really low ratings or
no? I don't think so.
Middle of the pack.
I think they're going to be high.
High ratings?
Like not highest ever kind of thing, but they're going to be high. Like,
why?
Because the playoffs have just been good, and it's a little different. Like
I think they're going to be higher because I don't think like LeBron is kind of a controversial figure right now with the stuff with when he gets into politics and his opinions. So I think a lot of people weren't watching just because they didn't want to watch LeBron. So I think that they might be a little bit up. I think they might be up because now everybody's just watching the game and they're not like saying, "Oh, I hate LeBron," because LeBron's got a ton of haters.
Well, so, and you got a couple of high-profile guys like Giannis and CP3. So I mean, it's not like, hey, yeah, I hear you on the small market thing.
Chris Paul has a lot of fans. Like a lot of people, I'm sure want to see him.
Yeah.
win.
One more thing though, I have to point out before we move on, like. If you bet the Suns before the playoffs to win the championship, they were at 40-1 odds.
Wow.
Like, are you shitting me?
Wait, before the playoffs or
before the playoffs started? I believe it was 40-1.
40-1.
Now I could be wrong.
They matched the Lakers, and people were saying that they're going to be out.
Not me.
I heard this earlier today. I'm pretty sure it was right before the playoffs. They were 40-1 odds. Fuck, we missed out. Really?
That's
40-1.
Polls.
Yeah, but who's betting the Suns though? Like, right? Like who was betting the Suns?
Kendrick Perkins.
He did call that.
Carry on.
Carry the hell on there.
Yeah, he really was screaming the Suns. He was screaming them from the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when they got CP3.
Yeah.
In the
he said they're going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I've been making fun of him a lot on this show too, and he seems to be right
He
on
knows
course
his
with all
shit,
of his
dude.
picks.
Spot the fuck
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
with the Suns.
The Hawks.
Thanks for watching that clip of the Psychotic and Iconic Sports Podcast. If you want to watch the full episode, it is available on our YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell to get updated when we drop new heat. Be sure to check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We will be releasing an episode every Friday at 8 a.m. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time at P&I.